Hello Internet, Imogen here, and welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker playthrough, where we... victory... lost? Are you all ready to continue on? Then let us make for where that light shone. Sterlo and Urianshe have opened the way for us. Just been and done the Ether Current quests. They weren't anything particularly special. Nothing super storytelling wise. There was one where these things were forcefully amalgamating each other, which they did not like. You know, choosing to die, fair enough. Forcing someone else to die with you, not fair enough. And the other one was just about talking to people about meditations on life and death. It was interesting enough, but not really worth adding into the series. Judging by the direction, this should be the place. Some manner of air device. If our friends awakened it, then it should be safe to use. Yes, I can feel it. The ether emanating from the arcane pattern. This is a portal and no mistake. Let us see where it leads. Portal of wisdom. I feel like we are getting close. Ah, and here we have Omega's domain. But this is clearly what this is. Well, I suspect it is what it is. Ooh. The fact that we've got level checkers and stuff. I do kind of wish I'd done more of the Omega stuff. I hope it doesn't make a huge difference to the story. I hope having done some of it is enough. Yeah, this looks like various parts of the Omega scapes. If only Alpha were here. Amazing. Yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived? Not the most welcoming of places, is it? We must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation. We should also get the lay of the land, see how far we can go. I'll help Alpha know with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk. Don't think we're going to find them. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you best take care of yourselves. We'll find you once we've finished exploring. Graha is now accompanying you. I expect the twins will seek the outmost bounds of the isle, so I propose we search the central area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most certainly attack any who venture too close. So let us avoid them and look for others that appear more approachable. Beta, level tricker. Yeah, this is definite Omega stuff. I wonder if we're going to see Omega. And if we are, then he would, or it, they, depending on whereabouts you've got to, I suppose, in the quest line, they may very well have something to say based on how far you got through. I don't even know what was the last one. Was it Omegascape? Broken Omicron. This looks like a boss arena. Oh, hello. The turbine-y things are very, very wibbly. The outline of this place is interestingly, level 90 striking dummies. Oh, look. A settlement. 120 arms to the east. Yes, I'm in fact going the right way. They're new-ish? Possibly, maybe? Don't know. Delta, Beta. Oh, another ether current. Nope. I suspect I should be able to get the hunt board notes as well. Now that we've made it here. This is going to be an interesting place to fly around. And yet it kind of feels like we shouldn't be able to. You know, this feels so end of game. Not end game, but end of game. It almost feels like this isn't a place that we should come back to afterwards. But obviously that would be not going to happen. God, just where are they going to go from here? Where can they go from here? You know, if you were thinking about quitting Final Fantasy XIV, the end of this story would surely be a place to do it. And yet there is so much potential for what they could do next. Oh, the gemstone trader. N1499. An error has occurred in the training protocol. Debugging in process. Please stand by. I like the fact that I've got a different nothing that needs repair. What do you sell? Got somebody's white mage stuff on. Ah, they've got the 88 stuff for sale. I was wondering whether they might have something different, but I suppose that would make sense. Look, Demagen, the machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. Begging your pardon, but we are searching for the denizens of this star. Unknown life forms detected. Assigning generic label, interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet. Ooh. The planet? What? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called the Omicrons. and you stand within one of our outposts. The Omicrons, you say? That's potentially an unfortunate label at this time. And what is it that you do here? We are preparing for war. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and or terminated. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I'll see what else I can learn from this fella, if you'll try speaking with the others. Okay. N0055. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munition levels satisfactory. Combat readiness assignment nominal. Awaiting instructions from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. N0253. Measuring combat capability. Result negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. Greetings, traveller. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the homeworld of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yet, though the endeavour yieldeth a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. So, this is when Omega, who may not even have been called Omega at this point in time, they obliterated the dragon's homeworld. It is from which Midgard Soma was fleeing, if I remember correctly. Greeting, Trasler. Trasler? Yes, Trasler. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. Oops. You learned a few things, so did I. Here we share our findings, however, I believe it best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. Ah, there you are. We've finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. There were portals like the one we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. Then, as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? Other sorts. How do we deal with the emotions of robots? So, the Omicrons seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. In such a place, who could it be that fits Urianger's description, a soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others? Urianger said this. During our investigation before we joined you in Elysia. So that's the way of it. Why couldn't he just say it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the Air longed for death, the Omicrons longed for conflicts. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to MO32, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there is a console by which we might communicate with it. MO32 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe, is also worth investigating. What say you? I've got some experience. Oh, level 90 quest. We are no longer losing XP. We are into the final stretch. So this is where it expected us to be at level 90. Pointless exercise. What does that mean, I wonder? Considering the Omicron's single-minded character, the lack of new orders does seem unusual. I agree that we should seek out their leader. No sound. That's a Sigma. And that's a Delta, if I remember correctly. So, the console we seek lies on the far side of the aisle. Given the nature of the ground, the route may not be entirely direct as it seems. Let's watch our step as we make our way. But we've also got some ether current quests, so I'm quickly going to do those, and I shall be back in a moment. We have done the side quests. They were vaguely entertaining, if I'm honest. They were, as expected, very kind of combat-y, evolution-y, typical Omega stuff, fighting to grow stronger. One was about if I referred to another robot as my consort or my beloved, would I grow stronger if my beloved was destroyed? Yeah, as happens with mortal creatures. It's quite entertaining. The globe would suggest it is still operational, but how are we to interact with it? Greetings, sir. Can you hear me? Say something if you can. Awaken, activate, password! Well, I tried. This appears to be the console, but it seems unresponsive. Would you care to take a look at it? I would. Let's get Triskelion out of here, because he tends to get in the way. You tried touching, smacking, and tuning with the console, but there is no response. No luck, I see. There must be a way to activate it, there must. You now need to go and complete the Omega raid.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
As am I. Operating such consoles is trying enough. But if we can't even activate it?
Perhaps there is a way. First, consider the world that has been recreated here. Its inhabitants were machines who gathered combat data to enhance themselves. And among the many wars they waged, the most notable was that against the dragons. The significance of these details may be lost on you now, but they lead me to believe this was the home world of Omega.
Oh, surprise!
According to the records I read in the future, it possessed a single weakness. Lightning.
That's all well and good, but what does that... Wait. You're not thinking to strike the console with lightning, are you?
As a matter of fact, I am. Ask yourselves this. Why would an entity as puissant as Omega not be designed to suppress the effects of lightning?
It powers it up.
Because it relies upon it, or something akin to it, as a source of energy.
My thoughts exactly. And there is a good chance the same is true of the Omicrons and their devices. So, shall I cast caution to the wind and try something reckless and dramatic?
Yes. Reckless and dramatic indeed. Have at it.
Very well. Here I go.
Stand back. Well, it's done something.
It worked!
Don't sound shocked. So shocked. Ha, shocked. Lightning. Ooh.
Opening connection to communications module 1. Connection established. Transmission. Strategic matrix signal 1 now online. As the primary strategic matrix, you may address me as Sir.
Sir.
Checking for new communications. None found. All units, please maintain current state.
They're not going to find any new connections, are they? Because they are but a memory.
End transmission. Closing connection.
Wait! We have questions for you. Of late, no mission orders have been issued. Why not? Has there been some manner of trouble?
Reply. The Extended Operations Unit is yet to determine guidelines for future assignments.
Yeah, they can't connect to the network.
All strategies are calculated, devised, and actioned in accordance with said guidelines. In the interim, all citizens are directed to maintain a state of combat readiness. End reply. Awaiting query.
Huh.
Can you tell us why the Extended Operations Unit hasn't yet determined the guidelines?
Unable to comply. Information unavailable or access restricted.
Access restricted?
In that case, is it possible for us to communicate directly with the unit?
Access denied. Unable to establish connection.
Is there anything you can tell us? Have there been any abnormalities, like a threat to the star or widespread unrest?
Reply. Negative. All citizens continue to operate at maximum efficiency. If your operations are suboptimal, please proceed to the assistance facility for evaluation. Otherwise, stand by at your designated post.
So they had reached machine perfection, or stagnation.
End transmission. Closing connection.
That has not helped.
I could activate it again, but I doubt it would be productive. What do you think?
If all the Omicrons really were running as efficiently as it claimed, then I doubt they were hoping for life here to end.
Yeah. Something
As this sir
else.
told us, there just haven't been any new instructions, and everyone is standing by.
Should be standing by at any rate. If there are those that are neglecting their duties, perhaps we can glean a clue from them.
Yeah, ones
I
that have gone
propose we
wrong.
take another look around, and also try to find the operations unit.
Yeah, because if everything is working as intended, it can't be. Let's focus our search on the outpost. Alize and I will try speaking with the Omicrons this time in the hope we might learn something new. Perhaps, meanwhile, you and Graha could observe them from a distance. These beings are systematic and routine by nature. For any that aren't, shouldn't be too difficult to spot them. If there are no questions, let's begin at once. Okay. As we came this way, I believe I spied a promise. As we came this way, I promised I spied a. I believe I spied a promising vantage point. Follow me. The nature of the movement in the quests here is much more traditional, rather than, you know, the escorty quest. Though to be fair, on ground like this, I hate to think. Oh no, we're not here. We're going over there. Yeah, on ground like this, I hate to think what the pathing would be like for those slightly more escorty quests. And here we are. I see the twins are wasting no time with their inquiries. Let's begin observing the Omicrons. They're supposed to be standing by, so we should look for any that aren't. Search base Omicron for errant Omicrons. Why are you here again? That's no Omicron. It's an abstoma, an especially lively one at that. Perhaps it snuck aboard the Ragnarok, but however it came to be here, it seems to be completely in its element. Why do we keep seeing that thing? It's like the shoe bill. Right, you're fine. The Omicron wanders around ceaselessly as if lacking a clear objective. Yeah, why is the Amustoma? I'm going to keep on pronouncing that wrong. I know I am. That one over there. An Omicron wandering aimlessly. Where? How did you not notice it, Graha? Oh, to be fair, it's wandering far and wide now. Aha! I see it. Ah, mysterious. It's left the base. Let's follow it. The mystery music is playing. Thank you. Ah, a teleporty-like device. It's not here, but it definitely came this way. It must have used the portal. Time to go through and see what we find. Fallow portal. Whom. Ooh. Lambdas. Ostracon decahexi. The Tree of Life. Oh, is that? This is the Tree of Life. I guess. Ah, that skybox. Production values in this zone are off the artistic charts. There's so much going on in the background. Hello? What is your query? Ah, you found it. What are you doing here? I'm looking at the tree. Okay. Quite an unusual specimen. What is the device attached to it? This tree is a sample collected from another star. As it cannot survive in our environment, however, it requires life support. That is the function of the device. To go to such lengths to sustain it. Is there something special about this tree? Being foreign matter, protocol requires that we study it. As this task has been completed, the specimen may be discarded. However, when I behold the tree, I am made to feel as though there is a problem. In order to become strong, we have continued to enhance ourselves. Like we did countless others, we conquered the star whence this tree came. It is the last remnant of a dead world, and there is nothing towards which it may aspire. Yet it grows, extends its branches, sprouts leaves, produces seeds. Why does it seek to continue? Why was it made to behave in such a way? And to what end? I do not understand. I see. Out of curiosity, does this pertain to your duty? No, it does not. My apologies. I shall return to my designated post and assume a state of combat readiness. Huh. So it was acting outside of orders. Perhaps it is simply a malfunctioning Omicron. No, these are by no means uncommon. But it may also be a unit possessed with the ability to make decisions, one not unlike Sir. I believe this bears further investigation. As do I, Graha. As do I. To endeavour to live, even if we must depend on forces beyond our control. Graha's going to be next to sacrifice himself, by the way. Tell me, Demagen, one day when this adventure becomes a part of your epics, do you think I will be mentioned in it? You're not here so you can be in a story. Forgive me. Let there be no doubt that fame and glory could not be further from my mind. And yet I would be lying if I said that I don't relish the thought of my name being spoken in the same breath as yours. Well, we'd best get on with our task. I think that was one of those options where how it actually came across was not necessarily how I thought it was going to come across. Tracking down Sir and understanding the nature of the emotion which bars our way. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Hello world. Glad here is ready to take the next step. That's not quite right font-wise, you'll notice. Everything's still slightly misaligned. We should return to the outpost for now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. Don't need to check for any more ether currents because I've got them all. I don't know. This is going to sound really strange. I don't know if it's the painkillers or the music that is giving me this sense of just inevitable finality here. It could be both. I've given them the short of it. If you would care to provide the full account. Graha says you found a suspicious Omicron. That's good because the unit's here with no help. They all have the same thing to say about the Extended Operations Unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. But enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. An Omicron trying to make sense of the meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. This unit may well be in a position of leadership, perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. I don't think it is. I think it's just one that's seeking more. As we know, the Omicrons invaded the stars and enhanced themselves using the spoils of conquest. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in part or in whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron's body, I see no reason why it would not be possible. The problem is, how to go out ascertaining if that's what happened. When I attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it would willingly reveal its true identity. I have an idea. We use lightning on the console again, but we make it stronger. Much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction, that could suggest that it has a connection to Sir. Ah, an inspired idea. I dare say it's worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time you must allow me to do the honours. I will stand guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene. For my part, then, I will approach our suspect and divert its attention. During which time, Demagen, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behaviour. Nod. I should mention that, shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. At first I assumed it was a unit on patrol, but perhaps... That could only be our errant Omicron. We must seek it out and begin our operation at once. Alright, half an hour I will stand by at the console, and when it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. A Verstorm. Is that what the Ver stands for? Now. Or is it? This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend, let us find this doubt-plagued Omicron. Yes, I think it's going to be Graha that gets sacrificed here, thus leaving us with Alfie and Ali, who are the two most likely, I think, to have the most drama potential, frankly. And also the fact that they will stick together until the end. It is you again. What is your query? You are the one that was observing the tree, are you not? Full glad am I to find you again. I have a question for you, see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information, very well. Graha has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon, Alizé will strike the console with lightning. Observe M017 closely for anomalous behaviour after Alizé has cast a spell. Its elbow went cranky. An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic. Ever confirmed. My connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance in the nearest facility. You will excuse me. Nuh-uh. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance. It's to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrades struck the console used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause of the anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Affirmative. Aha! To what end you sought to assert this fact, I do not know, but before we speak further, we must move away from the other units. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. Very well. Our friends are at the console, let us head there. Interesting. So it has taken on the form of a basic, I'm assuming, Omicron units. For what end? To what end? If naught is amiss with the other Omicrons, I dare to hope we have found that which prevents our advance. A little jolt works wonders, doesn't it? All that's left is to have this Omicron divulge the truth to us. This unit struggles to understand why the tree continues to grow despite being destined to die. Let us shed light on its doubts that we must shine the way forwards. Bum, bum, bum.
As you have surmised, I am part of the shared intelligence of Stigma 1.
Yes.
It was my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function. This body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I took it and abandoned my own, and with it, my duty.
Oh.
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Yes, a rogue intelligence. Well, sort of.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies.
Bodies of flesh, which were the cause of their woes.
Races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh
Ah.
in order to defend themselves.
Not an unusual trope in science fiction.
What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the stars.
And then they started travelling between them in the hope to get better and better and better. Machine logic. It's a little bit like the Borg, essentially, I guess.
But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme. We were successful in that endeavor. So powerful did we become, we could lay low even the mighty dragons. But then something unexpected happened. I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
Computations malfunctioning, or the computations just becoming too complex?
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted.
Yeah, so it went beyond logic and into mortality or philosophy, maybe?
It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal?
What would the purpose be?
To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective. But if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential? Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
Yeah. That is an existential crisis, isn't it?
You could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy is spent. For I have no path to offer them.
It is not our place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
Yeah, good question.
That is impossible.
Why?
In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power. But we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms. When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us. Nothing remains of who we once were.
And that is the tragedy of their race, just like we've experienced the tragedies of other races, the dragons, the air.
I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost. Lost amidst circuitry and code and commands.
Ah. I believe I know how to overcome this despair. The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them,
It's another goodbye.
I want you to make me a promise. Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more, that this won't be the end.
This is a lot of pressure on us. You say it, I'll do it. Now is not the time for the snarky option.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back. First, I want to visit Ishgard with you. Properly. We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show
Look at
me
Alfie's
some.
face.
Next, you must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible. I may have read about all your deeds, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced.
Oh, is this not enough for you, Graha? End of the universe.
Travel the lands, cross the seas, and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, and it will be marvelous. It will.
Fist bump animation. You fanboy, Graha.
If you would humor me a moment. When we awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before? Through the remembrance of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly. What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time.
Quite right.
Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings.
Mm-hmm.
For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self, and each time I would ask myself, what is it
I mean,
makes me
that is a
me?
big question, isn't it? Realistically, for Graha, for what he's been through.
Were you able to determine an answer?
Nope.
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not describe what we now hold in our hearts. Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together. So I urge you to not give up. Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
That the tree will continue to grow.
Cannot. We cannot. We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
The fact that you keep on looking at the tree says otherwise.
Like you and I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants. If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink, of a people who never gave up on the future, of a man who realized his grandest dreams and then awakened to a grander reality.
Ali, you knew this was going to happen. Oh, I like how the music swirled out with that. And onwards, ever onwards we go. Grass crystal. A crystalline path upward.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end.
And that extra layer of the theme tune coming in. The crystalline path. He has paved it for us. They all leave so easily, as if it's nothing. How do they think we feel? The next time we meet, I'll give him such a flick. That'll be just a start. Fools. All of them fools. And that is going to be the end of that episode. Once again, I apologise if my reaction has been less verbose and more just... I don't know, I've got to that stage of... what more do I say? Really? You know, do I need in every episode to espouse how excellent this writing is and how it's making me feel? Or do I just let my facial expressions speak for me? You know, I am a man of words. I am a writer, an English teacher. And yet, this is not about words. This is about feelings. This is about emotion. This is about being driven forward by characters and plot lines that have taken years to grow to this fruition. There's only so much that I can say before I'm repeating myself. Next time, we will forge ahead. Do please leave a like if you have enjoyed this episode and reaction. Whatever there was to see, I don't know. I'm as you may have noticed, I look over to OBS on occasion to see how I am looking, but I've just been so focused on the story that I haven't been doing it. Next time, folks. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Stay safe. Cheerio.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.